agenda. Do you have? Okay, good morning. Today is Tuesday, February 10th, 2026. This is the meeting of the on licensing and occupations. Can we please call the roll?
Senator Chambers Armstrong, Senator Berg, Senator Douglas,
Present.
Senator Higdon, Senator Mays Bledsoe, Senator McDaniel, Senator Meredith, Senator Nemus,
Present.
Senator Nunn, Senator Howell, Chair Rocky Adams.
Here. All right, we have a quorum and we are duly constituted to do business. I have been made aware that we have some University of Louisville nurse practitioner students in the audience today. Can you all wave to us and say hello? Welcome, and we're so glad that you are here today. At this time, I am going to turn it over to my co-chair. Oh, do you have a guest?
Yes, Madam Chairman.
Yes.
I'm glad to have Emily, I wrote your name down, girl, I can't read my writing, and Hunter, because they're from Graves County, the west side of Graves County, close to Fulton County, which is, we all know is Mecca. They're DECA students up here today, and just glad to have them with us.
Awesome. Well, welcome. We're glad you are here. And will my co-chair take over so that I can present 145?
I kind of like the view from here, Madam Chair. Maybe we need to switch. You know the drill. Introduce yourself for the record, and the floor is yours.
Thank you, committee. This is Senate Bill 145, an act relating to the Department of Alcoholic Beverage Control and declaring an emergency. Basically, this is kind of a simple little bill to clear up any discrepancies that there have been with the alcohol beverage control. So all of this began when ABC decided to restrict caterers in the number of events that they can do in any given week and the number of customers it could have. So therefore, we removed the events language and call it catering services. And this will help because ABC interpreted that to restrict things to special events only. So in addition, caterers currently have the ability to serve alcohol at events in dry territory if the alcohol was purchased lawfully. But sometimes caterers cater events at venues that also have restaurants. So caterers should be able to cater these events even if there is a restaurant on site. So we removed the conflicting language to make sure that this was clear. In this bill, it also these changes allow caterers to store the alcohol at the venue in advance without having to carry it back and forth if the events last more than one day. And for example, this could apply for a charitable function or a wedding when you have a reception the night before and the wedding the next day. And so finally, ABC has been taking an extraordinary amount of time to make decisions on these applications. And so this gives the ABC clear guidance that the department must issue a decision within 45 days of receipt of the application. They either grant it or deny it. And I'm happy to take any questions.
There's been a motion on the bill and a second. Any questions on this? Being none, Madam Secretary, call the roll.
Senator Chambers Armstrong, Senator Berg, Senator Douglas,
I'm going to cast a no, but I want to explain my vote.
Proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You know, Mr. Chairman, as I take a look at this and as I talk with some of the folks in my district, there was concern about the Sunday sales of alcohol. But I have some very conservative districts, and I know that, and I'm hoping that this will go ahead and move, but it will give me a little bit more time to sit down and have more conversation with the folks I represent in my district, because I want to make sure that I'm representing them in the best way possible. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Higdon, Senator Howell,
explain my I vote. Thank you for bringing this. This is something we see this a lot, and we have to go in when we do regulations and laws. There are exceptions that are practical exceptions that are needed, and I just want to show my appreciation not just to you, but for ABC for interpreting the laws the way we write them. That it's nice when everybody does their job and goes in the role, and then it's up to us to go and work through the issues where they conflict. It's nice when the system's set up to work a certain way, and it actually does. So I want to thank the ABC folks for going and interpreting this the right way too. I vote aye.
Senator Mays Bledsoe, Senator McDaniel, Senator Meredith, Senator Nemus,
Aye.
Senator Nunn, Chair Rocky Adams.
Motion passes with 10-1. It should be go to the floor. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Vice Chair Howe. That was great. Next on our agenda is Senate Bill 98, and this is an act relating to welding safety. And if you would just introduce yourself for the record, that'd be great. Oh, I think I forgot to introduce myself for the record on my bill. Okay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I think it's the first time I've had the privilege of appearing in front of your committee, so thank you very much. We're here today, Senator Philip Wheeler, 31st Senate District, Pike County.
Bobby McCool, State Representative, 97th District.
I'm Mark Wilson, Madam Chair. I'm a partner at Top Shelf Lobby today, sitting at the table for the Associated Builders and Contractors.
All right, please proceed.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Senate Bill 98 is simply about following the plans, following the designs to make sure that we have the safest structures possible. Why do we need to do this, you might ask? Well, you know, we have an example right here in Kentucky, in McCracken County, where improper certification of welds actually contributed to a school building collapse. Thankfully, no one was injured. However, that is just one instance where, you know, had there been a lot of children there that day, it could have been catastrophic. The American Welding Society establishes principles and certifications for certain building code structures to make sure that those welds are done in the best sense on large-scale projects, so that if you have a, you know, that so you can be sure that that the building is structurally sound. This bill is essentially about following the design that the architect lays out. No more, no less. And with me, I have my one of my representatives in my Senate district, our colleague, Representative Bobby McCool, who actually taught welding for probably 30 years at the community college system, who has carried a almost identical bill in the House a few times. And I'm going to turn it over to him for a bit of the details, because Bobby's much smarter about this stuff than I am.
Don't know about that, Senator, but thank you very much, and thank you for allowing me to be here today. Certainly to me, as a former welding inspector, as a former welding teacher, I understand what this really does, and it really is all about safety for the public, for those areas that require this. It's not for every welding application that's out there. It's not. It's really for a very minor few. But when the design engineer requests that on the spec sheet, then we think it's important to follow those codes. Now, we've heard about codes, and you may or may not know that welding has a lot of code books that you have to follow. And those are legal documents that ensures that safety is followed, not only for the individual, but for the product, the finished product, for the public's trust as they cross a bridge or go into a building. Again, I want to emphasize, for the majority of the welding out there, it's not even required, nor should it be. But for those where it's required, we should ensure to the general public that the wells are done properly and inspected properly. Thank you.
And honestly, just to circle back on what Bobby says, and I would say this as a practicing attorney, I mean, I think this is a liability issue as well. If the designs call for this particular type of welding and particular type of certification, if those welds are not up to that certification, we could be exposing both, businesses, in the case of schools, school boards, or the Commonwealth to liability for damages. So this is about saving money by doing it right on the front end. So it's a simple little bill, to quote my friend, the senator from Marion, and I would ask you for your support.
All right, I have a motion, and a second. Seeing no questions, please call the roll.
Senator Chambers Armstrong. Senator Berg. Senator Douglas.
Aye.
Senator Higdon. Senator Howe. Senator Mays Bledsoe. Senator McDaniel. Senator Meredith. Senator Nemus.
Aye.
Senator Nunn.
No.
Chair Rocky Adams.
Aye. He said no. Yeah, there's 2 no's. What's the 10-1-0? Oh, 2 no's. There are 2 no's, yeah. It was Nunn and McDaniel. 2. Okay. Should be 9, 2. All right, vote total is 9-2, and so it passes with favorable expression and should so on the floor. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
All right, does any committee member have any business before we adjourn? All right, I'll entertain a motion